don't even know who LLY is, and apparently they've also got FDA. Not FDA approval though, FDA therapy designation. This is another medication ending in MAB, so this is also a monoclonal antibody. We already saw BIIB blew up earlier last month. We played ANBS as it blew up. There's a lot of Alzheimer's treatment related stuff happening. Let me just check that stuff real quick. Let's see how ANBS is. Crypto's on its way back up too, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, ANBS has been sitting nice. I would imagine it's probably gonna approach towards 100 today too, then, because all these Alzheimer's related companies kind of sort of look like they own each other's shares, so that when one of them booms, the other is also gonna show some success. I didn't know this started falling back down. This is the day they got their FDA approval, from 286 to 411. Big jump. And then I guess they're kind of coming back to normal now. And who is this LLY? Wow, that's another really expensive. Holy shit. Okay. Well, good for them. Alzheimer's sucks. Alzheimer's fucking bullshit. There's a penny stock over here. I gotta keep that open. I didn't even see it. Oh, this one right here. Job. Okay. Oh shit. But this had some very nice attention yesterday. Best did great. So we have Best on our watch list today too. I think it'll actually hit $2 today. What else do I care about? LKCO hopefully hits $3 today so I can sell it. I'm sad to see Torch losing its drive. My last buy of Torch was at a slightly higher price. It's not a huge position, but I'd still like to get rid of it and get rid of it in the green. I bought more yesterday hoping that was it, but then, and I bought it at a lower price too, $5.92, but then it went down even more. But it's only 60 shares. If this doesn't recover, which I'm pretty sure it will, but if it doesn't recover, then whatever, it's okay, no big deal. There's also news today that this may actually get back to $1.30 by the end of the day. So I'm hoping it does, because I'd love to unload this, take that funding out. This is so close to being green. Really excited for that too. Obviously I'll continue holding this, probably pick up a couple more shares to bring this down. I'll probably grab another 10,000 shares of this just to bring my average down. Yeah, I'll be able to do that. Alright, as soon as I sell either one of these two, I'll have enough to invest into here. ACST yesterday just went down. You know, it after this big jump, it's mostly been going downwards. Like, maybe I should have sold it as soon as I woke up. I was hoping it was gonna keep going up, but it didn't. And I love my pharma penny stocks, but I'd hate to sell them at like a tiny profit. Like, what am I supposed to do with 26 bucks? At that point, I would just hold this. So really hoping this breaks $3 today. I've already got a 320 limit order. ORPH, everyone is excited for as well today. Let's see what that does. I gonna keep an eye on job because that is a penny baby right there. And one more thing I wanted to keep an eye on was, so today, all right, AMC and then ARAV. Okay, let's see what AMC's been up to. Making noise, AMC. So for some reason, some of the people that I follow are making calls that AMC should be hitting 65 today, and I'm not sure why they would think so. It almost hit 65 here. Heck, it might have actually hit 65 and didn't really register because it was probably too quick. 58 is still a little too high of a position for what I want to grab. I've constantly grabbed AMC at around the $50 price and then sold it at 60. Twice I've sold it at 70. I'd love to see it hit 70 again. The last time I sold it, I picked it up at 58 and sold it at 60, 100 shares. So, you know, it's definitely a easy everyday day trade. Very easy everyday day trade. Like, you can definitely make at least some money off of it every single day, without a doubt. MRIN software has some news, but I'm not sure how much more it can go up because it already kind of did its thing. So it was $1.72 for pretty much most of its life, and then this morning, boom. Surges on new Instacart ad integration. I don't know if you guys have heard of what happened with McAfee, by the way. The actual inventor of McAfee was supposedly murdered in a jail in Spain. And never really imagined that's how the creator of McAfee would actually die, but that is how he died. Very insane. Apparently he was doing a lot of illegal tax evasion related stuff with crypto. And obviously he's a millionaire, he's super rich. You don't just invent something that every computer in the world practically has and not be rich. But he definitely messed with the wrong people. Speaking of bread, by the way, and crypto's looking really nice this morning. I'm not sure. So the news on crypto is supposed to be that because they're shutting everything in China, that it would be a waste to just leave those mining machines there turned off. So apparently people who own those machines that mine crypto in China are moving those machines to neighboring countries like Thailand and whatnot. But I can't really vouch for the accuracy of that news. But it would make sense. You know, if I had a computer, if I had anything mining crypto for me in China, and I had to turn it off in China, then I would move it over to another country right next to China where I can turn it on again. And I would imagine that as those shifts are taking place and things are being moved, that this is going to continue this upwards trend. And you know, it's been falling so hard due to bad news. All of them, all crypto has been falling so hard due to bad news that the moment there's any good news, it is going to act as the biggest catalyst on blowing this thing up. So that should be pretty exciting news. GSAT, we were looking at yesterday, right? Let me see. it do yesterday? Oh, it's been on a pretty good trend. Didn't I think? Oh yeah, we were watching this early in the morning yesterday where it was being a complete bitch about actually hitting $2. It was like slowly approaching 196, 197, 199. And I believe it did actually touch $2, although we can't see it on this chart. Let me see what they're doing. I don't know if they have anything else actually happening for them. Yeah, apparently they have good prospect. So, and today actually is a pretty green market day. A very nice day today, or at least a very nice morning today. Let's see how the day goes. As usual, we're excited to see how this changes as soon as it's 9:30. But looking at the scope of things right now, almost every morning that AMC has started with a falling trend usually ends the day with a rising trend, and that's something you look for. Like this was one day right here, June 18th. That was not so good for AMC. It was like a recovery day, but you see how even then it ends the day with coming back up. Essentially, if you look at where it was here and where it peaked at the end, it's like probably maybe like a very tiny difference from where it started and where it ended. Even though it fell a lot, it came back up. Pretty much what it always does. And anytime it hits anything really close to 50, you can rest assured it's a safe buy-in, because it's going to come back up. And that's just what constantly keeps happening. It keeps bouncing off of the $50 mark. There you go, pointing up, feeling good. I would do anything to see another day of ORPH just booming to $70 just for the fun of it. Like this was the most legendary thing I've ever seen. A $5 stock that within a span of maybe 3 hours just skyrocketed 10 times the price. Oh, I need to see why people are saying RGLS is actually going to make it to its price target for me today. I need that to hit $1.30 and I can get out of that. Or more than $1.30 if possible. I love Dogecoin, man. Dogecoin was my initial biggest profit. I had initially purchased it for the very first time at 0.004. And I just kept buying it because it's very obvious thinking that if you buy a bunch of something at 0.004 and then it goes to 0.008, that'll double your money. And that's all I had ever really thought it would go to. Didn't really think it was going to get to anything over 10 cents. But, when it hit 10 cents, then I was like, hey, if it's going to hit 10 cents, then it can keep going. And so on and so on. And it was a great time. And I got to sell at the end at 69, I believe. And it went to 72, and then it was done. That was the day Elon Musk was trying to do his thing on SNL, but his autism didn't let him do a good job, so he called it a hustle. At this point, I would say that Dogecoin is so dominant that it's a great investment. Right now, I currently own 10,000 of it. I have 10,000 Dogecoin, not the most, and it's red right now because it fell more after I bought it, but I have my faith. No reason not to. So this is looking like really good sentiment. What is this? Sentiment minus 0.01. But everyone's so excited. as this continues though, this is going to be big booms. When Regulus is only in phase 1 right now, that means they're working with about like 5 to 6 people, small number of people, just to see what it does. And then they'll get approval to go into phase 2. It'll be a big boom that day, and each phase is going to be a big boom with a tiny pullback. Sell at the high, wait for the tiny pullback, grab a new position, relax, wait for phase 3, and so on. This is like, you know, this and almost all pharma stocks, generally speaking, are huge long-term plays where you sell them every time they have a skyrocketing moment because they made progress in their research. When they make their progress in their research, you make money, and then you sell it and you just chill until it has a pullback, buy back in again. Alfie was surprising. I can't believe, I thought this was gonna have amazing momentum. This one day where it doubled, just earlier this week on the 22nd, right, went from practically $7.50 to over, you know, all the way to 16, more than doubled, right? Because double would be $15, and then it just died. Which again, you could theoretically argue that this was a healthy pullback, although it's a pretty painful healthy pullback. But if you look at the 1 week chart, it's still up 85% on the week, right? So theoretically speaking, it's still doing great. It's just went down a lot. I would wonder if there's going to be another day where it will do that, because this artificial intelligence stuff and all the work Alfie is actually doing is very significant. You know, they're installing, last I bought 1169, sold at 12. They're installing a bunch of artificial intelligence things into many things, including Uber cars and whatnot. And there's big news on that. So my phone just gave me a notification that LKCO is going up pre-market. So I'm excited to see if it can reach my limit price of 320. That's one thing I'll be doing today. If by the way, I don't have any funding available to buy anything right now, so I'm just sharing what can be done. Let's see what I have. Yeah, $1.65. Like if you want to put money in, this is somewhere that you could pick it up at whatever price works for you today. Definitely worth grabbing. This is something you can grab if you're looking for a penny swing. This is gonna go up, and you'd be entering at a better average than me. Like everything I'm sharing here are things that are worth putting money into because they're looking up. Like Best has been doing great. Looking forward to this hitting $2 today. MRIN, although it's having this little pullback right now, I am almost certain as soon as market opens that this is going to go towards like 350, 375, possibly 4, and then, you know, be ready to sell and dive out. And AMC doing its bullshit. I personally would not buy it at this price, but you know, if you want to, you can grab a small position here. Don't grab too big of a position. For example, if you have funding available to buy 100 AMCs at this price, I would probably grab 20. You know, and just grab 20, see if it goes to like $60, $61, and then sell it, right? And then when it comes back down, now that you've seen it break $61, the next time you could break 40. The reason you would buy smaller amounts of it is because, God forbid, it starts sinking. You want to have money available to buy it at the much lower price too, and hopefully bring your average price down. So ORPH just broke 860, still going. I think yesterday it did something similar too, but it fell. Yeah, yesterday, you know, this chart is so heavily distorted because of this, and then this, which was supposed to be a round 2, but it never happened. It was like a mini round 2. But yesterday it also went to almost $9 and then came back down. Hopefully today it'll actually break through that. Let's see. pharma stock that works on advanced solid tumors and leukemias, blood malignancies. Never heard of this. But that's pretty awesome. Wow. This goes on the list of pharma stocks that I am watching because, so apparently they've made something that stops a certain protein from getting to its receptor. Gas6 cannot connect to its receptor AXL, and by stopping this interaction, it's going to stop the metastasis, survival, and resistance of cancer cells, which then means that you can yourself kill the cancer. There's a couple reasons why we're unable to defeat cancer cells in our own body, and that's basically a general summary of those reasons. I'm surprised I haven't heard of ARB before. Gas6 AXL inhibitor. Don't know what Gas6 and AXL are. Didn't ever really learn about any of that in med school, but this is where you learn more in research, so I'll definitely look up what those things are. Now, I wouldn't want to buy it at this price, but maybe today I would. Today, it may be worth grabbing because of, you know, if it's up 26%, 25% pre-market. If I had the usual 10 to 20,000 I have sitting there that I wouldn't have in Litecoin, I would definitely pick this up. But you remember, as usual, I always say I like to wait a little bit for the falling part to happen before it goes off, right? So this is the falling part. Is it gonna fall a little more? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not too sure. I would probably pick up, as I said, a small position here at this price because it's pointing up now, and wait to pick up other positions later after the market opens, because this is, oh, let's actually see what the news is today. Let's see where their research is actually taking them today. It logged me out of my other laptop. Announces positive initial results from phase 1/2 study in combination with another inhibiting medication. So any medication that ends in I and IV, you can pretty much assume is an inhibitor of something else. And they were able to help a patient with clear cell carcinoma of the kidney. Now, I would pick it up right today for sure, but then I would sell it today. Now, where would I hold it? Where would I buy it to actually hold it long term, or as it does more progress on its research? Seems to me it's usually about this range anyway, though. So the price it's hit today is only slightly higher than what it usually would be. I would say that I would want to pick this up as a $5 stock. So I'm going to make a note to buy this if it hit $5. And once I have my funding again, or once I reload more funding because I put everything into Litecoin, what I do with these notes basically is that when the time comes, I'm going to submit buy orders. I'm going to submit limit buy orders at this price, $5, so that whenever it comes down to $5, it'll fill me in, you know, and so on and so on. So that's kind of what we're looking for with this list I do. Like my list has AEMD at $5, MTP at $2, APRE at $5. You know, these are some things I want to pick up at those prices, no higher. It's high now because they recently had news and they boomed, but you know it's going to come back down to where it's supposed to be. And it is now 9:30, so let's see what this dynamic list looks like. What is trending? Oh, I love Farmy, really interesting. Farmy is another baby penny stock that we've looked at quite a few times. And the first time we were looking at it, oh wow, AMC, come on, do your thing, do your thing. Yeah, right here. Yeah, this stock not too long ago had this jump to 0.6, and more significantly, it had this jump to $2.21 earlier this year. You know, after which it came back down to being 0.5. So it's another safe swing play basically, which means that you would grab this and just chill and relax and enjoy. Yeah. So there's that. We'll keep this open. Last thing that people are saying is showing action is PIRS, which we've made plays with a lot before too. Damn. How high is it going to go? Well, I'm not sure. Last time I sold it, it went to 347. It is above that today. I mean, it looks like it's easily going to hit $4, but it's very volatile right now for some reason. I'd be scared to buy something that's shaking in such a volatile pattern as this guy. So, you know, that's up to you where you want to buy in. You could buy in at any price and have a limit order ready to sell it at 4 and then buy back again when it comes down. AeroVibe is something I'll be watching in the long run because of their work. Pretty interesting stuff. Go. I would want to sell this at like a pretty big price, not something small, but let's see where it actually reaches. I am green. I could definitely use some of this to put it in something else as well, because it's not showing any crazy level booms. But I think if anything, if it's not going to be doing anything crazy, I'd be happy to sell this at like 10, I guess. The MRIN software thing is taking off. AeroVibe is being real slow and simple right now, which is, again, you never know what the fuck is gonna happen with shit ever since meme stocks are the ruling. Yeah, see, it's coming back to my average cost price. So I'm not gonna sell this. I'm not gonna sell this for petty gains. I'll just continue holding it until the next time it does a big jump. So what is trending today? Cents is going up. I have cents in my webull account that I'm treating as a little account. I started the webull account with, I believe, $300. I want to see how high I can get it to by the end of the year. AMD and cents are both popping up on the list. Okay. IQGen is on its way up too. Good for them. Although I have been waiting to buy them at $5, so it's rare for it to actually even come down to 5 exact. Now it's falling back up again. ORPH, you know, I'm worried that I'm gonna get impatient and sell ORPH just to take a gain, so I would have money to put into something else. And the moment I sell it, it'll just go off, right? And that's kind of what's gonna happen there. So since I'm not that eager to sell it, and nor do I really need to sell it, I'll just continue trying to be patient the best I can. But today is looking like a pretty green forecast in the stock market in general, so that's always exciting. AMC on its way to 60. MRIN is going off, picking up new highs. I mean, the news that they have, I wouldn't say is that significant. But like I said, I would have definitely picked up a position on this under 3. I would have 20-cent price targets, buy at 3, sell at 320, and stuff like that. But not exactly my flavor of stocks to look into. ATOS has been showing pretty good news as well. I mean, they're kind of done showing news. They also work on cancer stuff. ATOS is also on my list, but I want to buy that below these prices. What they've done is not a treatment, but that's kind of how breast cancer is. What they've done is make these things Foresight and Argus-Sight, which are diagnostic tests to better diagnose the bad news and help monitor breast cancer, so that, you know, once somebody hopefully recovers from breast cancer, that they can make sure they don't get it again, you know, or at least catch it if they get it again. Keep an eye on it. I think that's about it. All in all, this is a pretty green morning, right? Things are actually going up. Regulus finally turned its face around. CST will come back to another day. Really hoping to unload this at like $1.30 or $1.50 would be good too. We're gonna keep watching these things that I have positions in, and all in all, I'll keep updating the Discord channel as the day goes, and let's see what happens. Anyone in AMC, good luck as well. And yeah, thanks a lot for joining. See you guys tomorrow morning.